Hello, my name is Rachel Kuhn, and today I'll be talking to you about my supply chain management project about my focal firm. The firm I've chosen for this project is Monroe Community College. The main mission of this firm is to inspire students, transform the lives of individuals, and operate the overall regional economic development through the process of providing innovative educational programs along with other general initiatives. The firm is relatively large in its main location with a fall enrollment population of 10,161 students in New York in the fall of 2020. The current leadership of this firm is its main officers, which makes up a 10-member leadership office. The head of this board is the interim president, Catherine Douglas, along with the provost and vice president, Andrea Wade. So they basically possess the majority of the responsibilities given. In addition, there's also a board of trustees whose main goal is to create policies that will effectively advance Monroe Community College's overall mission. Overall, they currently aim to further promote the overall development of educational knowledge and skills through applied programs and experiential learning opportunities. Their current vision is to be a nationally recognized leader when it comes to innovation, opportunity, and excellence for their local community. An academic institution, Monroe Community College needs to make sure that its consumers can afford the cost of supply, as well as be satisfied with the quality of performance that they are given, meaning that the education must be worth the cost paid to its students. Students that decide to enroll into the institution must fill out the paperwork in order to properly apply. This application process involves sending the transcripts of their previous schools to enrollment offices located on their campuses, as well as filling out the personal information of each individual, including biographical information, citizenship, background, and program preference. Filling out these forms also gives Monroe Community College permission to communicate with these potential consumers regarding their enrollment status. The current enrollment rate for Monroe Community College for those who apply is 100%. When considering the service distribution process, Monroe Community College has a range of different consumer bases, including students, employees, and the community itself that it's based in. When focusing specifically on its student population, the institution provides a range of fields for students to study, the top chosen being liberal arts, sciences, health studies, business administration, criminal justice, and human services. Student demographics can also be split through the number of enrolled individuals that are taking full-time versus part-time, where full-time students typically spend more money per semester. The fall of 2020 shows a calculated number of 5,493 students enrolled full-time, while 4,668 students are enrolled part-time. Additionally, the tuition of in-state residents taking courses equates to about $2,190 compared to non-state residents having to pay $4,380 per semester. These students also have the option to apply for FAFSA to work out an amount of financial aid that they will receive per semester as they attend. Currently, 98% of the student body participates with FAFSA. Monroe Community College also attempts to keep its student body diverse through enrolling a range of races and ethnicities into their institution. Currently, the percentage of white students enrolled calculates to 57%, along with 43% of students being additional minorities. Furthermore, the gender demographics for the firm portrays 55% of the enrolled population being female, and leaving the 45% of the population to be male. Looking at the internal structure of the firm, there are several key and non-key supplier segments that assist with the functionality of Monroe Community College. The supplier that works most directly with consumers are the staff and faculty. These workers can be divided into different groups, with a total of 1,568 individuals listed into this category: full-time staff, part-time adjunct, and professional administrative. When you look on the screen, you can see a graph showing the ratio of each section. All of these supply segments share a variation of responsibilities that all add to the firm's resources, strategic planning, customer market, and overall knowledge. As the institution progresses, they hope to further expand this team in order to produce the best service output. Monroe Community College also works closely with other organizations in order to provide optimal supply and technology resources to its students. Requirements for classes could include supplies such as specific textbooks with access codes allowing students to enter instructional websites that may not be directly owned by the institution. Monroe Community College also partners with a consortium of other academic institutions in order to provide optimal grant and funding opportunities to all of their students, including FLCC, Finger Lakes Community College, and GCC, Genesee Community College. This process also assists in performing market assessments as well as effectively networking with partners and key customers. In looking at changes in the environment, according to the fall enrollment profile that provides a range of credit enrollment dating from 2017 to 2020, the overall amount of students enrolling to Monroe Community College has decreased significantly throughout the years. The past year shows the largest decrease from 2019 to 2020, revealing a student population drop of 1,411 students. This is mainly due to the number of potential students choosing to transfer or take a gap year, to the COVID-19 pandemic modifying the classroom environment, or becoming completely virtual in order to maintain order fulfillment. The institution has also had to heavily modify their support network when it comes to order fulfillment for these students. Due to health and safety concerns, approximately 23% of courses this semester are being conducted in person. In consequence, in-person classes have had to rapidly adapt to becoming a virtual course, with the same curriculum being taught. I was able to conduct a survey consisting of questions for the current MCC students. This information gives insight as to how the customer service and new product development are currently viewed or could be improved. In analyzing my primary data results, I was able to narrow down which aspects of Monroe Community College that could be deterring students from enrolling or re-enrolling and could be improved further. In reflecting, it can be seen that out of a sample of 20 students that have previously attended or are currently attending MCC, 75% are either somewhat satisfied or highly satisfied with their experience from the school overall. Furthermore, a text option was open to elaborate on the reasoning for their answers. Out of all of the comments and criticisms given, most regarded prices or lack of scholarship and grant opportunities offered for the enrolled population. And on my slide, I showed a pie chart of how these answers were distributed. I also wanted to share these questions on my presentation as I thought they were very telling. I had also asked questions regarding the academic experience as well as the physical campus. In analyzing these results, 90% of students were somewhat or highly satisfied with the academic experience at MCC. Additionally, 57% of students were somewhat or highly satisfied with the campus experience. Therefore, the school does not or should not need to reevaluate the campus or academic experience offered in order to increase the enrollment. I had also asked my survey respondents how they would rate the overall cost of attending MCC in order to gather the perspective of students when considering tuition costs, room and board costs, and amenity costs that they may need to spend on. When looking at the responses given, it can be seen that 55% of students considered the overall cost of MCC to be either somewhat expensive or highly expensive. From this, I believe that the school can make the conclusion that they could potentially improve their supply chain overall. They may need to reevaluate the overall student costs in order to increase enrollment or re-enrollment, or that they could make grant or scholarship opportunities a little bit more common knowledge for its student population. Finally, I had questioned the overall interest of grants and scholarships that would be offered to students to measure the likelihood that offering a form of student assistance, of financial assistance, would increase the amount of consumers in the form of students enrolled in MCC courses. From the results given on the bottom right, it can be seen that the majority of those students taking the survey were either somewhat interested or highly interested. Nobody chose anything lower than a 3, and a 3 stated slight interest, so everybody who took the survey was interested. In distributing the survey and analyzing the results, I was able to come to the overall conclusion that the cost of attending MCC may be the largest deterrent from an increased enrollment rate. In determining what could increase the enrollment rate of the institution, I believe that the school now possesses the knowledge to strengthen the management of the flow of goods and services offered to its consumer, and maybe make things a little easier for its currently enrolled students or its potential students. Management process. Monroe Community College shows an effective cross-functionality within their framework to fulfill the needs and agreements of their partner suppliers as well as their various consumer groups. In researching this firm, I believe I was given an understanding of the supply chain on a more expansive level, in my focus being in an academic institution. The consumers being students or employees or the community at whole, while the suppliers can also be considered employees, administration staff, and anybody that works with the school to effectively give out what they are supplying. That would be the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.